Hey everyone, so welcome to this scratch video. So it's been a while. Hope you all had a good Christmas if you celebrate that, and a good start to 2021 so far. Um, Today we're going to be not actually doing any coding. We're actually going to be doing some UI design. I'm going to be using. Actually, I'll talk about that in a minute more. So what I mean is we're going to be working on the inventory system mainly today. Mainly the inventory system because we need to, and we might do some other bits and bobs, but we'll see. So no, not the inventory system, sorry, I mean like the inventory panel. First thing we're going to do is work on making this inventory look a bit more presented, I suppose. So we're going to click on inventory, go to costumes. Also, whilst we're waiting for that, I have made like a little list of things. Obviously, please let me know in comments any other ideas you've got which aren't on this list. I've got potential video ideas here. This episode we're doing Photoshop UI. This is only for people with Photoshop. If you don't have Photoshop or can't afford it or whatever, don't worry. Next video, which is going to come out as soon as possible, we're gonna make. We're going to be using GIMP, which is a free image manipulation program, which is, yeah, as I say, free, so anyone can use that. All you've got to do is download it, and I'll show you how. I'm not going to show anyone how you download Photoshop because I feel like, it's not that. Photoshop's a very common image, I suppose, manipulation, I guess you could say, program. It's very common. A lot of people know how to download it. If you don't, just type up Photoshop, or how to download Photoshop, or just type it up and just, yeah. It's not hard. Although you've got to pay. You can get some free versions. No, not free versions. You can get like basically rip off, like knockoff versions of Photoshop which are free. Obviously it depends because I don't know what version of Photoshop I have, but yeah. GIMP will be next episode, so if you don't have Photoshop, don't worry, I'll get you covered next episode. If you don't have Photoshop, just skip this episode. You don't need to worry about it. But if you do have Photoshop, we're gonna open up Photoshop. We'll come. Actually, no. We'll open up Photoshop. If you've never used Photoshop before, you might start with something like this. If so, that's perfectly fine. You'll just click File, and then you'll click New, and then it will load up another tab. And if you do have anything, once again, just follow what I'm doing. File New. It will load up a new tab eventually. Whilst we wait, as you can see, all these boxes are off. Oh, there we are. All these boxes are off. We're going to straighten them to the... Go away. What we need to do is get the pixel size. So over here it says 480 by 360. So memorize that. That is width by height, by the way. So 480 by 360. So we'll go over to Photoshop. It says default Photoshop size, preset details. You can name this if you want. I'll just call this inventory. Here we're going to select pixels if it's not already on pixels. Click on this here. So you got these two. Click on this. Click on the landscape one. And then the width we're going to change to, what was it on here? 480 by 360, or whatever size yours is. It should be similar though. 480 by, I think it's 360. I think that was right. 480 by 360, yep. And then we'll just click, you might have to reclick. Just leave the resolution as it is, don't worry about that. And then just click on, actually where it says background content, we'll make this black. And then click create. And then it will load up your thing. Anyway, whilst that's doing that, what we're going to do is make an organized inventory this video. And then you lot can basically do whatever you want to make stuff organized. We could make a better main menu screen. Could do that. Might do that. But I might do that in the GIMP. Actually, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. I'll repeat everything in GIMP as well. So we're going to do this inventory thing, and I think the hotbar's fine. There's a little tip you can do for the hotbar. Basically just make sure everything's got the same Y coordinate, and you should be good. We might actually do the hotbar. We'll do the inventory, the hotbar, and the backdrop. So this video might be quite a long video, I don't know. I'll try and edit it as much as possible. Anyway, once we've got our thing here, we are going to want to... You should see this. You should, I hope you do. Just basically, once you see this, you go down and you'll see a little box here. Click on that. It depends once again what version you're in. If you have any difficulties, let me know in the comments, and I'll try and reply as soon as possible. I haven't been replying to comments at the moment, just because we've been busy with, Christmas and stuff like that. So yeah, you'll see the square. Just click that, and then hold down Shift. I don't know what it is on Mac. I don't have a Mac. Never used one in my life. And whoops, actually, I don't want to do that. Basically, you're gonna hold down Shift and you're gonna create a square. I don't want to create that square. Down here you'll get learn. Just ignore this and just click on. No, I don't want to click libraries. Sorry, wrong thing. You'll see this, and then down here you'll just see paths. You click on paths. There we are. No, sorry, you'll see layers down here. You don't want paths. You just want layers. You can just drag this up. Actually, you know what? We'll grab layers and put it there, and boom. Now we can collapse all that because we don't really need it, to be honest. You can basically click here and click close, and same thing with channels, close, and here we are. Obviously we want room for our colours, so we're going to leave some room for that. Here's our background. We are now going to click on here, hold down Shift, and create a box. About this big, I reckon I'll do mine. It'll fill with white. You can change the fill colour here and then click on this. And I'm going to make it like a greyish colour. I'll try anyway. Yep, that'll do. And don't worry, we can resize these to our liking as we go. Oops. Make sure you hold Shift though, because otherwise you'll get some uneven thing. Although here, I don't... If you basically, to transform it, you press Control T. Sorry, I didn't explain that. Transform it, you click the rectangle, or the square in our case. Press Control T. Or often on Mac, I think it's Command T, but I'm not sure. And you don't need to hold Shift for this. If it does something like this, then just let go and hold Shift, obviously. But you shouldn't need to, and you can resize it. And you just click off it. Now what we're going to do, we're going to get our rectangle, right click it, click blending options, and this is where it gets cool, alright? We're going to drag this over to the side. We're going to click on outer glow. If you don't see that, then click effects and outer glow, although I've already got it, so I literally can't add it again, but there you are. And we've got like a little, as you can see, we've got a thing there. Here you can change the opacity of it. Don't recommend having it high because it just doesn't look good, because we actually want it as a glow. I like to have mine about 45% personally. Oh, whoops, just came off it. This is just to basically spice it up. We don't want a pattern overlay. Noise is like how fuzzy it is, kind of. But I like to just have that on 0, it looks better. Spread is how far it spreads. Obviously, the higher it is, the less glowy it is. Unless you actually change the size. Which, obviously, you don't want 100% spread because it's not very glowy. If you want it to be glowy, just change the size and obviously change the spread out a little bit. Adjust this till you like it. I'm going to have 0 spread. Actually, no. I've about that much. No, not that much. Jesus. There we are. That looks alright. Kind of just leaving a little glow. Makes it look nicer. Range. This is like how far out it would spread. jitter, just I don't really know what jitter does, to be honest. And if I was to click OK, you can see we've got a better looking box now. You can customize these boxes obviously to be however you want, but also you can now right click and click duplicate layer to duplicate this box, but I believe you can press Control J. Yep, if you press Control J, it will create copy, and then we'll go here and do that again and again, and it'll kind of, if you're obviously with Photoshop, it'll do this bit for you so it evenly matches them to 14 pixels in each one, as you can see. Similarly, we can fit in here. .27 pixels. Just gonna make all these. There we go. Because of this, just gotta try and center these. Basically, what you can do. How many have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've managed to fit 7 here. So we'll have 1 which is here, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. And we just want to try and basically do this until they look basically centered, which is not right now. If you click here, it will just get rid of that little effect thing in your layer. We'll merge all these down into one in a minute. Just got an email. Not helpful in the middle of a video. Right, and now we can just hold control on each of these. Oh no, sorry, you press, if you just click the first one, then click shift, and then click the top one, you can select them all at once. And then we can center them like that. Awesome. Next, we'll grab them all again, Control J, and we will, in fact, actually go down. Obviously, we want to go down a bit more than we went up. Maybe like that. And then do it the same thing again. And that looks good. It does look a bit blurry, I know. That's all just to do really with your shadowing. That's how I'm gonna leave mine. It doesn't look great like that, but you can adjust it. Actually that does look really blurry, doesn't it? Why does it? I don't know. Oh well, I'm leaving mine like that for now. Next we can add some text. So you click this little text button here. And once it's done, it'll load. And basically, what our main goal is to what we're gonna do is we will go to our inventory, and then we're gonna click add here, and it'll still be called basically when we hover over this, it'll allow you to import, as you can see, upload, and that's how we're gonna import this. So let's go back over to our Photoshop with our texts. Although I'm just gonna quickly. If you just click on one of these, it will get rid of that. It will disable them all. Now go to your text, then just click down here. We'll say inventory, and then click Control A, and if it's black, just change it to white or whatever color you want. Now obviously we want to change the text. If you click here, it will give you a list of texts. You can download text off the internet. I'm just going to go for a nice and simple text. I mean foreign language texts. Not Python. No. Photoshop support many different fonts, to be honest, like built in with the download. I'm gonna go for this, and once you've got that, we can center that onto the screen here. Control T, maybe make it a bit bigger, as I said. Actually, forget that. We're not gonna want that because down here is gonna be our hotbar. I'm just going to go and make all of these a little bit smoother by selecting them all using the fill bucket, which you see this, for the fill bucket you see a gradient tool, right click it and click paint bucket. Now we're going to want to go to layer and click on rasterize and click on layers, and now that should make it so you can fill your things. Of course I just did this wrong, didn't I, because now I can't. I'm just going to work on my, forget that rasterize thing I just told you. That's just, that allows you to what is this? That just allows you, I'm just going to keep this like this for now. That just allows you to basically be able to fill and draw over these cubes. Anyway, now to save it, we're going to click File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. It will load up a little thing. You're going to save it to a folder. I will come back to you once I've saved it. I'll actually show you once it's loaded up, the saving process. Once you select your location, you get a screen like this. You almost might have stuff down here. I think it should. I don't know. It might just be my computer loading. I have no idea. Oh, yep. There we are. Format, we're going to say PNG. Transparency off. We don't want any transparency. Although we don't need any anyway, let's be honest. So we'll just tick it anyway. Smaller file, you can tick that if you want, but that means it's only 8 bits, which doesn't affect us anyway, I don't believe. Because we're not using any colours and stuff. But I'm just going to turn it off anyway, because I don't want to wait. Convert to sRGB and then just click export. As long as it's PNG, you should be good. JPEG works as well. Then select where you want to save it, which I'm just going to say in my pictures. Once it's saved, click on here, Chrome. You're going to hover over here and then you're going to click upload costume. Then your files are going to load up. You're going to go to where you saved it to, which in my case is pictures. You're going to find it. Here it is. Make sure it's the one you saved. It should be a .jpeg. Or JPEG or PNG, whatever you saved it as. Open it up. And it'll import over to here. And boom, as you can see, we got it. Now I'm going to rename this to Costume 1. Make sure you call it Costume 1 or whatever this first one's called, just so it doesn't mess up any script we might have. Then delete it. And boom, this now becomes our inventory. Awesome. Right, now we can do all that separately for our hotbar. I actually don't mind my hotbar, to be fair, so yeah, I don't mind about my hotbar, so I might just leave it. Have a look though. Yeah, I'm proud of my hotbar. I think it's fine. Let me just play real quick. Oh, and we can also test our inventory also here. Let's go full screen. Obviously you can use Photoshop to make all of your assets now. I'm only going to do the inventory for the sake of this video. If next video I'm going to show you how to do it with GIMP, although I might not use anything I make in GIMP, I don't know, because GIMP's not as good as Photoshop, obviously, but, you know, it's just the free version, I guess you could call it. Does similar things, really. It's better at making things transparent, I would say, personally. Okay, here's our thing. Like I say, we're going to be working on this. You know, it doesn't look great. Like, look at this. Yeah, I think it's brilliant down here. I don't mind the hotbar. You lot can make your own hotbars and stuff. Spacebar. No, it wasn't space, was it? Let's just click that. Was it E? Yeah, it was inventory, wasn't it? You can't open it when we're in the loading screen, but we need to get rid of this stuff. Because I know this is annoying. Alright, let's go back up. I can't remember what button I just pressed to go back up, but so we've got our hotbar here, damage bar, which we need to fix and also implement to everything. We just died, so I didn't even get time to do the inventory. Oh, yep, now we just need to resize everything. So the inventory works, now we just need to resize everything to go in here. There's many bugs with this project, which we'll work on in future episodes. But for now, this should be alright. So, now I need to resize these. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over to our inventory blunt tool. Set the size to 30, let's see that, yeah. And then edit. We can actually get rid of the loading screens, really. We don't really need them. Unless you've got, you know, a huge scratch project. Either way, then they don't really help. But yeah, we don't really need them. Right, that's loaded. We press E for the inventory. It's very transparent. What we're going to do to fix that, we will be working on this thing. Ghost effects, let's say 50. Actually, we're gonna make it so when you press, it's gonna set the ghost. We're not gonna have a ghost effect. Let's make that a thing because we don't need the ghost effect. It just ruins the whole thing, doesn't it? So I should get rid of it. Which means you can't see your screen unless you press. I think it's I to close. Is it? No R. Right, now let's work on this. Let's put that there. Now we just need to center this. Blunt tool, boom, and now what we'll say is, rather than going to there, we'll say go to here. Same stuff. And all this thing does, we've left just enough room. Oh yeah, that's the thing, we need to leave just enough room for these variables as well. Which luckily, I believe we've done. Just need to basically position this. That looks good to me for the blunt tool. Anything I'll do with this is go over to the costume. I'll just say blunt tool. We are just making sure there's no like colon or anything there. Now the rock we will set to 30 as well. No, not 426, I want 30. and set that to be more of like a, obviously because the rock genuinely is bigger than the blunt tool, the wording's going to be bigger because it doesn't take up as much space. Let's just place that down, slap it down there. Let's try and position these center if you can. Boom. And then we'll put this there, that'll do. Once again, it won't be perfect, obviously, because, you know, you've got to place these variables, but just try your best. Coconut now, we'll say, once again, we'll set the size to 30. Oh my god, why is the inventory coconut so much smaller than everything else? We'll set this to 60. Set that center with the thing. Just remember, you obviously need to do something, hang on. Now, all we need to do is the inventory stick, which will set the size to 15. Oh my god, 17. You actually got to be careful that you're clicking the stick here, not the things, otherwise it's just going to cancel it out. Try to do that. And that'll do for the stick. So that's everything. So all we need to do now is change the position of where they're going to. We've already done that for the blunt tool, but you know, we need to do it for the coconut, the stick, and the rock. So we'll go to here, then go to front layer, inventory rock, last one. We don't want to go there, we want to go there. Awesome, so that's that fixed. And that's basically all for that. This will work on another time. The hotbar. I kind of want to end the episode now because I feel like it's really going on for some time, and I feel like, you know, we could start boring some people now. But thank you all for your support on this channel so far. That's going to be the end of this Photoshop video. I don't know why this rock's here. Let me just get onto the main screen. We don't need to work on these buttons, they look pretty cool as they are. Next video I'm going to show you how to use GIMP, so if you have GIMP and you're watching this video, you don't need to. We're going to do GIMP next episode, or if you don't have Photoshop, should I say. If you do have Photoshop, then don't watch next video about GIMP, because you literally don't need to. It's going to cover everything in this video, but just with a different image program, manipulation software program thing. So, thanks for watching this video, like, comment, subscribe, and goodbye.